.38 Special lead round nose, 158 grain. This was the standard go-to load forever, for a very long time for police departments. I've been asked many times by many different people to test this round through the ballistic box. So what we have to do to test this round through the ballistic box is we have to get really similar to what was the standard of the day. What that was a soft lead round nose, 158 grain, moving at about 755 feet per second out of a 4-inch barrel. So through my 4-inch barrel 686, I'm going to see if I can get 755 feet per second. I'll also test them out of the snub nose. So I've loaded up several different charges, increasing the charge by 1/10 of a grain. And somewhere along this way, we should get 755 feet per second out of that 4-inch barrel. And then we'll test it through the ballistic box. So we're actually going to run a lot of rounds through the chronograph today to see what kind of velocity averages we get. And then when we find that right round, I'm going to use the 4-inch barrel, test it through the ballistic box. So what we have is 4 layers of denim followed by 1 3/4 inches of bologna. That kind of simulates flesh, covered by denim. And then behind that, 1/4 inch medium density fiberboard, kind of represents ribs or sternum. And to water jugs to catch it. How this typically compares to ballistics gel is out the back of the second jug. We're talking about 12 inches, and 12 inches comparison to ballistics gel. Back of jug 3, about 15 inches, 4, 18 inches, 5, 21 inches. And if we go through all 6, that's 24 inches of ballistics gel. So let's get started with the test and see what we get with the old classic lead round nose. I'm about 5 yards from the target, about 4 yards from the chronograph. First up, lowest charge to the 4-inch barrel, 3.2 grains of tight group powder. We'll see if we get close to 755 feet per second. 653, 662, 700, 660, 680. So we got a little ways to go. Let's try the 2-inch barrel, that same load, and see how that does. All right, 2-inch barrel, let's see what we get. 593, 647, 608, 614, 646. So let's try the next charge up. 3.3 grains of tight grip, 4-inch barrel. See what we got. 698, 729, 746, 733, 721. We'll try the 2-inch barrel. 2-inch barrel. 647, 681, 610, 718, 691. A little bit of variance there. We'll go up to the next charge. 3.4 grains of powder, 4-inch barrel. 753, 752, 752, 742, 747. That's going to be possibly a contender for the round we use. 3.4 grains. All right, 2-inch barrel, 3.4 grains. 3 6s, 683, 699, 682, 692. Not a bad load. All right, here we are. We are at 3.5 grains of the powder. We'll see what we get. 780, 740, 768, 807, 771. So that's a little bit high. So I think I'm going to stick with 3.4 grains for the test round through the 4-inch barrel. Really good, consistent. A little bit below 755, but really close. Now let's see what we get with 3.5 grains through the 2-inch barrel just to see. 699, 739, 724, 720, 697. Not too bad. All right, we got 3.6 grains. I just want to see what we're getting. 777, 806, 793, 814, 779. All right, 3.6 grains with the 2-inch barrel. 716, 706, 718, 709. 3.7 grains with the 4-inch barrel. 812, 814, 823, 841, 796. All right, 3.7 with the 2-inch barrel. 735, 768, 750, 751, 737. All right, max charge 3.8 grains of that tight group. 4-inch barrel. 832, 842, 841, 843, 850. A nice consistent load there. Now I'll try it through the snub nose. All right, snub nose, max charge 3.8 grains. 785, 750, 758, 800, 778. Not too bad. So our 3.4 grains of tight grip, that's the load there. That gave us the perfect amount of velocity we were looking for the classic load. So we're gonna go through the ballistic box with 3.4 grains, 158 grain bullet, moving close to 755 feet per second. See what we get. All right, I got my one round. Interestingly enough, this would be the one Barney round. So we'll see what we get. 4-inch barrel, classic law enforcement load, used for decades. We'll see what we get. Wow, that actually hit with a lot more force than I would have expected. That looks impressive to me. All right, the baloney pack stayed in place. The first jug has just a massive amount of damage. That's interesting. And what we see is not unlike most full metal jacket through the baloney pack. Not that it would deliver too much energy right away, because it's not going to expand right away. It's going to deliver its energy a little bit deeper. So that's not too bad at first glance here. All right, first jug, it crushed the whole thing. The side is cracked out. The back, the entrance hole is actually quite large. It's, you know, about three quarters of an inch size hole. Jug 2, that's interesting. We just got a nice clean pass through of jug 2. Jug 3, I can see the bullet right now. This is interesting here. It looks like it slowly started to tumble. So we had the first jug enter about 2 inches high, 2.5 inches high. Second jug, it went down a little bit. Third jug entered at the bottom. Fourth jug, or third jug, it exited at the very bottom. We have an impact in 4 here. And this is interesting because it passed out 4. And it looks like it bounced off jug 5, and then it came back and it's in the box. So what we got is about 18 inches comparison to ballistic shell. And it looks like it possibly tumbled. There is deformation of that bullet just a little bit. No expansion, but that's pretty impressive looking. So that's what you get with the old classic law enforcement round. Interesting round because it's like anything else. You could have really high-end defensive ammunition, might not necessarily perform better than something else. And one point to be made, we do have a subscriber here, ex-law enforcement, retired. He's had to use this round actually twice in his career, and he said one circumstance it worked wonderfully, just down. The second instance that he had to use it, it didn't work very effectively. So that's kind of like the same reports we hear with some different cartridges. You just never know. But I would say, judging from what we're seeing here, judging from a lot of street cred, it is still an effective round. Might not be quite as effective as a hollow point, might not be quite as effective as something with higher energy, but the ability to control that round was very incredible. And that 4-inch barrel, I mean, it just shot like a dream. And a lot less recoil than a 9mm. Very accurate, very easy to control multiple rounds. So if you had to take multiple shots really fast, I don't think it'd be as big of an issue as something with a little more power. So effective round. So that's what you get today. So as always, comment, share, and like, and thanks for watching.